Good afternoon, my name's John, welcome to the channel. We're joined today by
Ashton from Exploring the Past and the Present. Good afternoon.
and we're going to have a look around what remains at Queensbury Station.
We're deep in the heart of the Great Northern Railway territory.
The original Queensbury Station of 1879 was located somewhere around here. However, in 1890 a further station was opened on this site. It was unusual in having a triangular layout.
I'll put a little sketch up that I've done just to show the layout of the station.
This is Station Road. The house in front of us is a former station master's house. The station site is in front of us. The footbridge that we can see in the pictures would have been more or less straight in front of where we are now. So that's track bed level under the bridge. And if I just turn you around, that's looking back towards Bradford. And Clayton Tunnel, which we can't see because there's infill in front of it, but it would have been centre shot there. We can still see the remains of a smoke screen on this bridge. And the brackets that held this one, which has long since rotted away. So looking from above, the bridge is in surprisingly good condition. Looks like it still carries a pipe across the former track bed. So that's looking back towards Bradford. And that way is looking at Queensbury East Junction.
So we're now looking directly at Queensbury East Junction. The line went off to the left towards Halifax and to the right went up towards Keighley.
Sometime in the past, shortly after the station closed, this site was used for landfill. So where we're actually walking now, we're probably a good 3 or 4 metres above the track level. So just to our right here, I believe was a goods siding. It was well before we get to the platforms. Don't think there's anything remaining. If there is, it's in them brambles. We're not going in to find out. This is the location of the platforms between Bradford and Keighley. There's no remains at all, as we can see.
Beyond the station buildings, the platforms went across a 3-arch stone viaduct. This stonework we can see is the end of the platform, and that's where the viaduct went out across the cutting. We'll have a look at that a little bit later on. A nice little find was this gents' toilet. We can still see a few glazed bricks lying about. It looks like some of the facing stones have been robbed out, but we can still see a few roof tiles up there. We now stood at Queensbury North Junction. That's looking up towards Keighley. If I turn you around, that way would have gone through the Queensbury Tunnel and eventually to Halifax. And this is looking towards Bradford. As you can see, pretty much filled in the station site. We're now approaching the location of the viaduct which carried the Bradford to Keighley platforms. I believe this was demolished in the late 1980s. Yeah, we can just see it went across there. Nip down in the cutting and have a look around there.
This abutment is the start of the viaduct which ran across here, carrying the line up towards Keighley. Can't see very much on the northern side, except a bit of spoil, plenty of stone spoil there, obviously from the demolished viaduct. We're now at the site of Queensbury South junction. We can just see in front of us the Queensbury tunnel. The line went through there towards Halifax. I'll just turn us around. I believe there are a signal box sat here somewhere. So the line straight ahead went up to Bradford. And just to the left, we'll get through this little gate, was a line up to Keighley, up through Thornton. Yeah, that way up towards Keighley, look. Now we did find some platform remains, which would have been the platform between Halifax and Bradford. It's a little bit muddy, we'll go in and have a look around there. This is what we believe is a Halifax bound platform. It's the remains of some building here, a lot of stonework. We can clearly see the line of the platform here. I'm actually stood on the platform now, looking towards Queensbury Tunnel. We think this abandoned steelwork would have been part of a bridge, perhaps carrying the tramway under the line. Now in this picture, it shows a siding in the middle of the triangle, which followed this route. It's referred to as a tipping siding, so it's possible this was made at a later date just for the purpose of infilling the triangle. You can just see the track bed in front of us there. There are a number of these information boards dotted around the site. You far more information than I can, to be fair.
We'll just have a walk up to Queensbury Tunnel.
These sleepers that we can see in front of us, known as the 10 Men Memorial. just a memorial to the gentlemen who lost their lives during the construction of this tunnel. Now, we're all well aware of the controversy regarding the reopening of this tunnel. I think it's pretty obvious by looking at this, the powers that be have no intention of having it open up as a cycle stroke walking route. Shame, really. And all this water here running off the fields is running straight into Queensbury Tunnel. So you can see the water running straight into the tunnel portal. Not doing it any good because, as far as I'm aware, it's not being pumped out. This is a northern portal. As you can see, it's well sealed up. You're not going to get in there. This culvert runs under the station site. There's no way I'm going in there. So the blue line marked on the little sketch was known as Briggs Tramway. It was a rope haul tramway that went from town. You just see the route of it there, to be fair. It went from town to a coal mine down in a settlement called Hole Bottom.
This is the route it took. I'll put a picture up. As we can see, it passed under the Halifax bound line on this bridge, the remains of which we saw on the platform earlier.
Yeah, the bridge would have been just about in front of us there, and the tramway ran down this cutting under the viaduct, now demolished, down to a coal mine. And the mine was just at the side of the chimney we can see there. The chimney actually belonged to a brickworks, not the coal mine.
I think it became out of use in the early 20th century, probably when the pit became worked out. It's also possible coal could be brought in cheaper by the new railway from other pits. The station closed to passengers in 1955, however, it survived until 1963 before final closure. Once again, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.